Doug Flynn. I am a self-published author of the book, The Manual from Adolescence to Manhood. I am also a youth mentor. I work with at-risk teens and disadvantaged families in the Chicago, Illinois area. When I think about women in our present society and our culture, um, I would like to believe that in a general sense, we view women in a certain equation. And the way that plays out or the way it looks is woman equals mother equals nurturer equals love, and that's fine. You know, that's a very positive way to view women. And but when I think of men, it doesn't play out necessarily the same. Men as a whole, you know, in that same type of model, our equation looks more like man equals father equals question mark, and the question mark comes into play because roles have changed. You know, men have disappeared. Presence has shifted and evaporated. And, you know, so once upon a time, you used to be able to say, well, the question mark would be a man is a disciplinarian, or a man is a provider, or a man is, you know, a protector. Well, those things have kind of, you know, gotten fuzzy nowadays. You know, there's a lot of static with that. So nowadays, all we know is man equals father, and that's it. So that's the troubling part. When we talk about protests, I think of, you know, I can't help but think of Colin Kaepernick. You hear his name a lot in the media nowadays, and, you know, the situation he has going on with the NFL. I think of the Black Lives Movement, what's happened with Laquan McDonald, and also since Mike Brown. I think of Father Flager, who locally does a lot here, particularly in the Inglewood neighborhood, with a lot of marches and rallies. And, you know, not just that, just people all over the country, from Charlotte to Charlottesville. There have been a lot of protests. We've seen a lot of outcry from people on social media, in public, in the news, things of that nature. So for me, my own protest is preparation. I would like to see my people, young males, older males, I'd like to see minority men prepared. And you may say, prepared for what? I think prepared for hardships, prepared for life, prepared for success. I think a lot of situations that we see played out with minority males, where maybe there's a police killing or shooting, or maybe, you know, black on black crime, or a Latino on Latino crime, things of that nature. We see that, and all these tragedies and different things that befall minority males, you look at that, and I can't help but see it and feel like these young people weren't prepared for life. Somewhere along the lines, they weren't prepared for the encounters that they had with the police, or they weren't prepared for school, or they weren't prepared for being a father. They weren't prepared for these different things. So my job, and I feel like a big burden or a purpose on me, that I look forward to accomplishing, is to prepare my people. This is my protest, to, as much as possible, prepare the young males in our community for life, for success, for hardships. My gift to the world, are my life experiences, and hopefully these things I can offer to the world as tools and building blocks to help people form better lives themselves. One of these gifts being the book that I self-published, The Manual from Adolescence to Manhood. And also, if you go to my website, buildingasup.com, you can find the male mentorship program that I facilitate, Manology 101. And these are things that I offer to, you know, hopefully young males, single parents, to community centers, churches, things of that nature. Anybody that can utilize these tools and look at them, and, you know, look at better ways that they can make their own lives better, and learn from my own experiences, and good or bad decisions that I've made, and see how this can be a help to you in the future. When it comes to our definition of men and women, these gifts are offered so we can fill in the blanks with men, so the equation can be completed. So it's not just, you know, man equals father equals, I don't know. We want to fill those blanks in. We want to put back the protector, the provider, the disciplinarian. We want to see more stand-up guys, men of distinction, men of example, men that are above reproach, that can be a help to their families, to their communities, to their churches, to their neighbors, to their jobs. We want to see all of this stuff happen in an effort where we're prepared for things, where life doesn't come up on us and just destroy us, and we keep hearing these tragedy after tragedy befall our peoples, because we want to change the narrative of men out here. We need to change the narrative of minority men out here.